Hello, Ray Wheatley for Fightnews. I'm here with the world heavyweight contender, Lucas Big Daddy Browne. How are you, Lucas?
Good, mate. How are you?
Good to see you, Lucas.
Thank you.
Lucas, there could be an opportunity for you to fight for the WBA interim title. I believe the former interim champion, Luis Ortiz, has been stripped because he tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on fighting for that title?
Well, he got himself an 8-month ban, which I think is rightly so. If you're going to have to, do that sort of thing to be able to perform in this sort of industry, then it's like shit to him, basically. In that regards, like we're all trying to do the right thing. So I think the interim title for me is a good stepping stone in regards to the way I want to go. I want to go for the obviously the bigger title that Klitschko's got. So. Yeah, interim title, then Shigeev, and then Klitschko. So it's definitely the right path.
Is there anyone amongst the contenders you would like to fight?
To be honest, I don't care. When it comes to that sort of thing, that's Hatton's issue. They like to do what they want to do, and they've got their plans for things. I just turn up and fight on the night. Yeah.
Okay, mate. Now, this weekend, on Saturday night, Deontay Wilder will challenge for the WBC title against Stiverne. Wilder's been made a slight favourite. What are your thoughts on that fight?
I'm actually a little bit surprised that Wilder's made the slight favourite. Like, yes, he's got a big mouth and he talks and everything else, but I think Stiverne, obviously, he can box. He's a definite boxer. So I think if Wilder comes out early and sort of really puts it on him and might win it early. If it does go the latter rounds, I think Stiverne's definitely got it. So, I'd like to see Wilder get taken past the 4th, 5th round and see what he actually has. Yeah.
Do you think that he's got a big height advantage? He's 6'7" as compared with 6'2" for Stiverne.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, do you think that'll come into it?
I think it's always going to be a factor. Yeah. I think Stiverne knows that fact, obviously, and he's doing all his ducking and weaving like a Mike Tyson would and all that sort of stuff, and a lot of body shots. And I think if you were to crowd Deontay Wilder, he won't know what to do either. So I think that Stiverne's direct plan would be to get in close and stay in close, because obviously if he's out far, he's in trouble.
Actually, Deontay Wilder's last opponent was Jason Stiverne, who you also fought. You put him away in 3 rounds.
Yep.
It took. He went longer than most of Wilder's opponents. He went 4 rounds with Wilder.
That's right. Well, to be honest, with Gavin, I was training for someone else. I was training for Richard Towers, who himself was 6'8". So Gavin came out at 6'1" or 6'2", and obviously threw me right off. But I was toying with him. I was playing with it. I just wanted to get some rounds under my belt, stuff like that. So it took me 3 rounds to knock him down 4 times, and then the ref called it. But
that fight was in Hong Kong, right?
That was the Hong Kong fight. That's right. Yeah. So I finally sort of gave him a nice big shot and knocked him out cold. But I like Wilder. I like his style. I don't like the fact that he talks too much and big notes and shit talks. But as a boxer, he's doing well, and I think this is his final sort of chance and time to shine.
You're predicting Stiverne win?
I'd like Stiverne to win, and I'd like it to be the latter rounds. Yeah.
Okay. You'd be confident against either opponent?
Yeah, for sure.
Either Wilder or
for sure, because you'd have to sort of be completely opposite for either one. So if I was to fight Stiverne, I'd fight long. If I was fighting Wilder, I'd fight in close. So
in your last ring outing, you beat the very tough Chauncey Wallaber, 75 veteran.
Yep.
He'd only been stopped 2 times previously. You did predict you'd stop him, and you made that prediction good.
Yeah.
Tell me about that fight with Chauncey Wallaber.
But he's an absolute champion of a bloke. We spoke many times, to and from the venue and all that sort of stuff. But legend, absolute legend of a guy. Obviously, he doesn't look the goods in regards to on film or on the night you're watching him, but an extremely tough man. I literally hit him with my right hand so many times it wasn't funny, and I started actually hurting my right hand through the glove. That was quite obvious by the swelling, and I think he might have fractured a little bone in there or something like that. But a very awkward guy. He came out with the left and the right, and then his style was like very awkward. So for me, it was a good test to just sort of sit there, calm down, think about what I'm doing, and actually go forward with the boxing rather than just trying to belt someone out of there. So for me, I loved the opportunity to be able to fight someone like that. He's got Sonny Williams coming up next.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Well, good effort by you, mate, to stop him. As I said, only 2 other guys had done that in 70 fights. Now, a few weeks after that fight, Chauncey Wallaber ran for the very credible heavyweight Ustinov.
That's
Alexander
right, yes.
Ustinov.
Yes.
And with no training at all apparently under his belt, took Ustinov for full distance.
Took him 8 rounds and went
great
the
effort.
distance, and then come out with another shiner again.
Yeah.
So I dare say it hadn't healed properly from my fight, but he still went in there. I think it was underneath the 4 weeks as well, so like just underneath. So technically, he probably shouldn't have fought that, considering that he got stopped, but he did, and absolute champion of the fella.
And Sonny Bill Williams. Hey, Sonny Bill's going to have his hands full against Chauncey, wasn't he?
Definitely. Like Sonny Bill's a part-time boxer. He's not a full-time boxer. So, judging by the fact that I know I fought him, I've tried to sort of get in underneath his style and everything else. I think Sonny Bill's going to have a real rough time. I think it'll definitely go decision, if anything. Yeah,
it's going to be interesting, mate. That'll be televised nationally throughout Australia on June the 31st. Now, you're at the WBC convention just recently. Can you tell me the highlights? Mate, you were given an award. Tell me all about that.
Well, luckily, obviously, you've got Ricky Hatton, who's my promoter, and Jeff Phoenix, the trainer. So I went over with both of them. Like, Ricky took me over, obviously, but while I was there, I hung out with both, and they both know everyone and are very social people, as you can imagine. Ricky loves a drink, Jeff loves a drink, and everyone likes to sort of party with those sorts of people. So I got to see, know, and take photos with everyone that I wanted to see. Unfortunately, the photo I wanted was with Mike Tyson, but he was getting swarmed by a few people at the time, and he took off, and I didn't actually get a chance with Tyson. But
there'll be another time.
I'll have a chance in the near future. Don't worry about that. So it was awesome just to be in the same room with these people, and then they were
Mayweather was there.
Mayweather was there with his seven foot bouncers that weren't allowed to get near anyone and all that sort of stuff. It's definitely a hype job, that is.
Marvin Hagler, from ones I know straight off the top of the head, De La Hoya, all the greats, Holyfield, all the greats,
so was able to sort of just mix with them, shoulder to shoulder, take photos, have a chat. It was absolutely unreal.
That's great.
Yes.
Now, Lucas, one of your former opponents gave you a pretty good fight. Andre Rudenko is going in with Tyson Fury's cousin, Hughie Fury.
Yep.
Next month. Have you seen Hughie Fury fight?
I've seen sort of little highlight clips here and there, and I haven't actually watched a full fight of him, to be honest. I know the Fury camp have a massive sort of rap on him being the next champ and all this sort of stuff. Great amateur background, everything else, which is great. But I know with Rudenko, that was my issue, not being ready for him. I was about 124 kilos. I was way too overweight, wasn't fit enough, and I made it a very hard night for myself. In saying that, I did hit him with everything I had. I took the skin off my knuckles underneath the glove and the wrapping, things like that. So I was hitting him hard, and he just sat there and looked at me. So for Hughie's point of view, this would be an absolute sensational test on where he is in his boxing and where he needs to sort of go or work on, sort of thing. So I'm very excited about this fight.
It's on the undercard of Golovkin versus Murray. Can you tell me about other fights that you might have scheduled?
Basically, everything's still up in the air. It's one of those things where they say we've got this, but none of them may sort of come about. Hopefully, we're looking at a Commonwealth defence in possibly Ireland on the Carl Frampton undercard. So that'll be a sensational effort there. Either Gary Cornish or someone like possibly Marty Rogan. So Marty Rogan in Ireland will be sensational. That's end of February. Again, that's a maybe. Possible US debut in March with a 2-fight deal there. Someone like Travis Kaufman and possibly Artur Spilka, something like that. So again, more exposure over there, which is definitely what I need. And lastly, there's sort of a backup plan, maybe April, May in Japan, just against someone. So I want to stay as busy as possible. I want to keep climbing the ranks, and I want to keep winning. So it's a matter of sort of the Hatton team coming through with their fights and their plan, and moving forward.
Ricky Hatton, Philip Fondue, and Matt Clark.
So throwing Jeff in the mix with that as well. So
Jeff Fennick is the trainer.
So
how long have you been with Jeff now?
It was one of those things where I sort of trained here and there with him before the Rudenko fight. He also told me that I wasn't ready for the Rudenko fight, but I wasn't not going to fight it. Since the Rudenko fight for the Chauncey one, we were pretty much full on for that. So we had a good probably 6-week camp for the Chauncey fight, which is great. Obviously, during this Christmas period and New Year's Eve period, he's been going away. I've had the kids with me, all that sort of stuff. So
Chauncey predicted that, his opinion, you could go all the way, especially with the great team you got behind you. So.
I think it's at the point where he could obviously feel the power that I've got. I
Yeah.
know I've got the power. It's a matter of making sure everything else is coming around. So I think Jeff, in regards to me getting further, Jeff is the pinnacle of that. He will definitely make sure that my balance is right, my fitness is right, everything else is right to make sure the power comes through. So.
And you've lost like 9 kilo from the Rudenko fight to the Chauncey Weller fight.
That's right, yeah. I'm
9 kilos
right
lighter.
now after Christmas and the holiday period. I'm still sitting at 117, so I'm absolutely wrapped with that.
Right,
Yeah.
mate.
Yeah.
Would you like to say something to say to your fight fans?
Basically,
on Fightnews?
the WBC is what it is. Stiverne's fighting Deontay Wilder. I know there's a few other people in line that want it. I hope by the end of this year I can have a chance at least something towards that. WBA is the same route. They've got a lot of issues in regards to not paying people with the Shigeru fight, and then obviously the drug issues around that. So it's basically WBC and WBA for me this year, and that's what we're aiming for. If I keep climbing the ranks in the IBF, then that's on the market as well. So
Well, you're number 5 with them.
yeah, exactly. So
And number 1's vacant.
Uh-huh.
So there's only 3 names.
Oh, lovely. Well, there you go. So it's just a matter of me. I've got my head right. I've got everyone around me right. The training's right. So it's going to be a massive year.
Great work, Lucas. Best of luck for your future, mate.
Thank you very much, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.